really important. There's nothing more important. There's nothing that we should watch out for more than the conversations that we have with ourselves. The conversation that you have with yourself when no one's watching, when no one's around, right? When no one, the things that you don't tell anyone, right? The things that you keep to yourself, the things that you may or may not write in your journal. The conversation you have with yourself is extremely important, right? Because the way you view yourself is the way that you will move within the world. It's the way how you see the world, right? It's like, okay, if I see myself this way, if I'm seeing things about myself, if I'm having these conversations about myself, depending on the conversation I have with myself on the day to day will determine what I see, right? How I see the world, how I see what's around me, right? How I see the people I'm around and the environments I'm in, who I choose to hang out with, who I choose to be, close friends with, or who I choose to be a partner with. The conversations I have with myself will determine all that. How I treat myself, how I move, right? What am I saying when I look in the mirror every single day? This is extremely important. And someone who looks at themselves, right, and sees all problems with no solutions, people will call that negativity. Think about it. People call this negativity. I see all problems, no solutions. I see maybe I see truth. Maybe I'm not good enough in one area, or maybe I'm not where I want to be, or maybe all these things that may be true, but when there is no solution, when one has given up on themselves, it is called negativity, right? Get away from negativity. Don't see the negative side, or that you can't, the this and the this, and then you live in conclusions. There's a problem that you see, and then you live in a conclusion, and that conclusion is either positive or negative. But I'm asking you to look at yourself in the mirror in a real way, and look at yourself and say, yo, man, what position am I in? Where am I? What moves have I made that led me up to this point, right? What decisions have I made that led me up to this point? What are the conversations what conversation am I having with myself? This is not a form of because people think this is a practice. People think it's a practice. They think it's something this is something you got to apply daily to make sure that you're on point and make sure you don't fall off and make sure that you are on your shit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the conversation 24/7, 365, moment to moment conversation you're having with yourself, right? When you see things online, when you're scrolling, the people you're following, the decisions you're making, the moves you're making, the people you talk to, all these things you got to look at. What's the conversation like in my own head? And this is the shit that nobody can. This is the shit that you're not telling anybody, right? And not that, hey, you should tell somebody this. I'm not saying that. This is the thing that you keep to yourself. Because depending on the conversation you're having will determine which move you make, will determine how you see yourself, will determine how you see the world. And those conversations are powerful. Because you can literally tell yourself something that's not even real, or you can stop yourself from making important decisions, or you can stop yourself from going after what it is that you know you should go after. You can create these limitations within your own mind and cage yourself in, right? Because the world is in your head, and if these conversations you're having with yourself is not on point, you keep yourself in this illusion of being in the same place, right? The mind deteriorates based on the conversation. You're either growing psychologically or you're dying psychologically. And it comes down to the conversation you're having with yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Do you look in the mirror and only see problems? Label it. Listen, all you see is problems with no solution in mind. Label it negative, and then you avoid seeing it. Or do you look at yourself and say, yo, you know what is the facts about myself and how can I solve this problem? And these conversations over and over. Are you getting inspired when you experience adversity? Are you getting inspired when there's failure? Are you getting inspired when there's discomfort? Are you getting inspired when things are not going your way, because it's part of your story. It's part of your story. And also, what are you willing to do about your situation? When it's all chaotic, mind being pulled in multiple directions, you value comfort, safety, security more than the actual solution to your problem. What do you do? What do you do? How do you keep your mind on point? When everything all seems like it's overwhelmed, you're overwhelmed, chaos, chaotic. The only thing you have is this. And if this ain't on point, this is the only thing you have. The only thing you have is the conversation you have with yourself. Every day you wake up, are you grateful? And it's difficult for one to be grateful when there's a lot of shit going on in their life, right? But again, perspective. What are you choosing to focus on? And why are you choosing to focus on that? Are you waking up every single day with gratitude? Wow, okay, I have another opportunity. I'm up. There's another opportunity to make uncomfortable decisions. Uncomfortable positions that will destroy the position I'm in. Because that's the goal, right? That's the purpose. I put myself in this position based on the moves I made up to this point. How do I destroy this position to create something new? But destroying your position is very difficult if the conversation is not solid with yourself. In fact, destroying the position is very difficult. It's very difficult if you're not looking for the actual solution. If you don't think there's a solution to your problem. If you don't think that the human mind, if you don't know that the human mind is capable, like the human mind is capable to creating its own solution. Meaning I must put an end to this position I put myself in because clearly it's plateau. Clearly it's flat. We got into a place where we're stuck. We feel stuck, confused. I gotta destroy this position, whether it's taking 3 steps back or whether it's put myself in different environments and create something new. It's strategy. It's strategy, right? But we're unwilling to do that because of the things we value and also the conversations we have with ourselves. People who spend most of their time and energy running away from their problems are the same people who say why life is unfair. You always share that quote. Every time you're on the live, you always share that quote. I've said that quote many times. 100%. 100%. People who say that is life is unfair. But listen, more importantly than anything else is in their mind, they feel like they're the victim. There's so much fear in one's mind, so much fear that they create about themselves, so much limitations on to why they can't make a decision or they can't bet on themselves or why they never can do it, why they're searching for the best escape to their problems and not the actual solution. Because the solution will come with a whole new set of problems that one is not prepared for. So how do we get this on point? Is it a practice? Is it daily discipline? Is it daily positivity? How do we get this on point? Is it possible for one to have a perspective change to the point of no return? Meaning, I've changed my perspective and I see the facts about my situation, about life itself, and I see that I am the problem and I am the solution to this problem. I can see that I'm unwilling to do certain things to destroy this position I'm in. When destroying this position creates urgency, creates creativity, right? It's destroying the position that I put myself in that's keeping the mind dull, that's keeping the mind just sluggish, confused. If I can destroy this, create something new, there is total transformation. However, again, in here, what we're saying to ourselves, but what if this, but what if that, but this, I don't have this and that. When nothing's more powerful than a mind that has nothing to lose, right? Nothing to lose. I want to understand. I want to move forward. I want to know myself. Because I want to know myself, I'm willing to go the extra lengths to do whatever it takes to destroy this position that's keeping me clouded, confused, that's keeping me paralyzed by my own fears, that's keeping me stuck in the same place? How can I put an end to this and create something new? The difficulty in that is at an all-time high. The difficulty in that. Because again, fear is the biggest illusion of them all. No matter how many times we say this, one will convince themselves to why they can't. But then it comes to the conversations you're having with yourself. The conversations, are you seeing things? Is it moment to moment awareness? Or is it moment to moment escape? Moment to moment escape when chaos happens, or when adversity happens, or when whatever a moment of adversity happens that brings you awareness to your situation. That's when one wants to become aware, right? That's when one wants to become aware. When there's a crisis, right? It's moment to moment escape. When a crisis happens, okay, now it's time to get aware. Instead of moment to moment awareness, right? To put yourself in the best position psychologically to make the moves towards a direction where you now can see things from a mile away. Oh, I know if I make this decision, these are the consequences. This is the possibility. It could possibly, there's a strong possibility it will be this, and there's a strong possibility it will be that. But don't allow what may happen stop you from making anything happen. And that's what most people do. That's what most people do. You guys feeling this morning? You guys are feeling this? Give me some fire emojis if you're feeling this morning. Family. Great morning, Liquid Truth. Oh, man, I feel really good, man. I feel really good. I feel really, really good every day, every moment. And that's not even a delusional thing either. Because I feel great every moment. And you see just all these problems, you know what I'm saying? This pandemic just intensified all the fears we have now, right? Yo, man, like, man. So much fear, man. So much fear. When in actuality, it doesn't matter what happens. What matters most is how you respond to what happens. I take full responsibility and ownership for everything. I blame nobody else but myself. And because I blame nobody else but myself, I'm in full control over how I respond. The conversations are solid. The conversations in here are solid. Yo, Anthony, this is the move. Yo, Anthony, what's the adjustment plan? What's the problem? Yo, we can lose here. It's fine. What's the next move? Yo, I don't have enough money for rent. It's fine. What's the next move? I don't have money for this. It's fine. What's the next move? I don't have money for, or I'm unhealthy. I'm overweight. Fine. What's the next move? What's the next move? Wow, relationship just ended. Fine. What's the next move? Yo, we got this shit. Let's go. Let's keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. It's all part of the journey. It's all part of the process. It's all part of just life itself. I'm learning. Failure is the greatest teacher of them all. Let's go. I know this. I see this. This is not a practice. This is not being positive. This is not being delusional. This is knowing. I know that I have full control over how I respond. I know that I've created this position that I'm in right now, and I must destroy this position right now to create something new. I must destroy this position because this position is built off of illusions, fantasy, comfort, security, safety, fears, limitations. I must break this to create something new. And it's something that most people are not willing to do. Because again, conversations they're having with themselves, right? Conversations they have with themselves. It's so strong how much you can convince yourself. You can tell yourself you're worthless. You can tell yourself, oh, I'm nothing. You can lie to yourself. How easy it is to lie to yourself, because that's what human beings can do, right? We have the ability to create illusions. We have the ability to lie to ourselves. We have the ability to tell ourselves, oh, no, we're not great, or we're not good enough, whatever. Instead of saying, what if we're not good enough, and that's okay? What if we say at this moment, we're not good enough because I haven't put myself in this position. I haven't learned certain things. I haven't done the work just yet, but starting right now, I'm going to start getting better at this particular area of life. I'm not good enough right now to succeed in this business, but I'm going to learn how to do business. I'm not good enough right now to do certain things, or I don't know well about fitness and health and other areas of life, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to focus on this and I'm going to grow on it, and I'm going to become a better version of myself every single day. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with looking at yourself and saying, yo, maybe I'm not that good enough, or maybe I've been slacking, or maybe I am too comfortable, too safe. What is the problem with saying the facts about yourself at the highest level? Look at the facts. No judgment. No, don't judge yourself for, oh, why I'm in this position. No. Are you willing to look at yourself for who you actually are and say all the facts without judgment, and then say, yo, does it have to be this way? Yes or no? No, it doesn't, because I put myself in this position. So what can I do at this very moment to destroy this position I'm in to create something new? The destroying part is difficult. Destroying this position that you're in, that you've created all these networks of escapes, all these networks of safeties in psychological safety and security, a sluggish mind, a dull mind, all these, all these things that you have in place, these networks of escapes, right? The network of comfort, right? The safety nets, all these things that's keeping you in the same place, dulls and makes the mind sluggish and confused. Now you got a sluggish and confused mind, having conversations with itself, looking in the mirror saying, I want change, but is unwilling to destroy the thing that's causing it the most pain. Isn't that interesting? I want change, but I don't want transformation, because I'm willing to go from a different network of escapes, right? A different network, right? Create another network of escape, or create something else, or go here. Once these things, right? When you can no longer run away, when the problems in the mind are intensified, and you're like, fuck, okay, I'm losing control of this. I can't keep holding on to these things. I'm losing control, right? There's a crisis. There's chaos. I see the results of my past moves. At that very moment, when one must put an end to this to create something new, that is the most difficult thing to do, because people hold on to this as a way of a life. And this meaning, the way they view themselves, the way they view the world, their opinions, their outlook on life, everything about them, they hold on to it. How can one question themselves if one doesn't want to question itself? How can I question myself if I don't want to question myself, because I want to hold on to these things, right? I want to hold on to these things. I want to hold on to the things that make me feel safe. That make me feel safe. Oh, I feel safe like this. I don't like to be uncomfortable. I don't like to destroy this, but this is the very reason why you are in the position to begin with. Yo, you are in this position for a reason, because of the moves you made up to this point, and you're unwilling to destroy this position to create something new. So what happens? Deterioration, dullness, sluggish, confusion, lies, fears, limitation. How do we not see this? Can we see this? Do you guys see this? Put an eye emoji if you see this. Put an eye emoji if you see this. If you can see this, I'm switching it up. The one eye open, this one, the one eye emoji. Give me an eye emoji if you see this. Do you see this? Do you see this? How we're unwilling to destroy this. Do you guys see this? Do you see it? Not listen to it like, hey, Anthony, I hear you. No, I see it. I see how most, including myself, right? This is what you guys are saying. You guys are watching. I see it, how I am unwilling to destroy this because this does something for me. Do we see that? Like, do we see it? Like in a real way? Or do we like not see it? Like, do we, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, do we see this? It's real, man. It's real. It's real. It's real, in a real way, man. We got to look at this and say, okay, one is unwilling to do that. So how do you create change? How do you create true transformation? How do you create that? How do you create true transformation if I'm unwilling to destroy the position I'm currently in right now because of fear, limitation? And what does it mean by destroy this? Anthony, what do you mean? That sounds radical. That sounds extra. That sounds too much. What do you mean by destroying this position? Like, I don't get it. What do you mean by that, Anthony? Like, what does that mean? Destroy this position. Just cut everybody off or do this or do that. No, what I mean is the things that you prioritize at this moment in time, psychologically, the things you prioritize, you must look at it and say, where does that come from? Why do I prioritize these things? And the things that I'm holding on to, I must create a disruption in the patterns in my life. I must create disruption in the moves I've been making up to this point, the habits I have, the way of life I have. Listen, you can look at somebody in this position they're in. You can look at it and say, yo, I put myself in this position. I made these moves that led me up to this point. I made these moves that led me up to this point. Now, if I continue on making these moves, I'm going to get the same result. It's inevitable. There's no debate. Okay, I'm going to try to create change. You can discipline yourself to create something new, but the foundation is the same, which means people want change, but they don't want transformation. And transformation comes with complete destruction of the known. I'm fucking done with this. I got to destroy this, understand it. First of all, you got to understand it to destroy it. Okay, I understand this position psychologically that I'm in. Okay, cool. I see this. Put an end to it and create something new. And then when you create something new, you prioritize different things. You start taking more risks. You start betting on yourself. You start saying, it doesn't matter what happens. What matters most is how I respond. Right? Do we see this? Like, I want to know we see it. Like, I don't want you to hear it, get motivated. I don't want you to get inspired. I want you to see it. Yo, Anthony, I fucking see it. I see it. Because there's a difference. There was a difference, me growing up in the Bronx. There's a difference in mentality growing up in the Bronx, New York, and how I used to see things. There's a difference. I used to see things in a certain way. Now in the position that I'm in today, psychologically, physically, financially, mentally, emotionally, all areas of my life, there's a totally different perspective change. It's like, this is how I've been. This is what this guy prioritized. I had to destroy that to create this. And it's like, okay, cool. Now that I'm here, now, wow, so much awareness. Okay, cool. Now, what can I do to see this position? If there's a problem, I'm the problem. I'm the solution. What's happening? I get passionate about these things. Yo, man, because I know how real it is. And I want you to see it. So communication, for me, I'm how can I break it down in detail so people can fucking see it? See it. You know what I mean? Of course there's passion. People would be like, yo, Anthony, are you so passionate? Of course. Because I know what it's like to be lost, confused. I know what it's like to be, having these conversations about myself, not betting on myself, not making the tough decisions, holding on to comfort, security, safety. I know what that's like, yo. I know what that's like. So now when I'm in a place where I continue to challenge myself daily, I continue to push myself daily, I continue to question myself daily. Not in a question myself, but why life? Why me? Why? No. I'm talking about I question myself am I seeing this shit how I want to see it, or am I seeing what is, right? Am I constantly challenging my perspective? Every single day of my life, I'm destroying the position I put myself in. Me. Every single day of my life, I'm destroying the way I view the world, and I'm recreating something new. I'm saying, I don't want to see the world how I want to see it. I want to see what is. So let me question everything. That's why when I do my podcast, every time I go live, every time I do a YouTube video, every time I post content out, I'm seeing things for the very first time. Let's address fear today. But Anthony, your 10 other lives were about fear. No, because I'm seeing it for the first time right now. I'm processing it as I speak. I'm seeing it. I'm looking this direction for a reason because I'm seeing it. I'm fucking seeing it live. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, so one does this, one does this. Even if I've done 10 podcasts on fear, the one I do today is how I see it at this moment in time. Because every moment's a different moment. Every day is a different day. I'm growing or dying daily, and I want to continue to grow. So because of that, I take my position I'm in and I destroy it daily. Destroy it daily, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's see something. Kim, I see something. Oh, no, we got up to the same place. Okay, this is where we are today. This is what I see based on my awareness. Constantly questioning, constantly observing, constantly providing just real observation of what I see, right? This is currently. Everything I speak about, like today, is current. Tomorrow, this video is old. It's old. So how can one see that within themselves? How can one see that, man? How can one see that within themselves? That they must put an end to what got them up to this point. It's difficult to see it because you hold on to it. You hold on to it, man. And it's difficult for people, man. It's difficult. And does that mean there's no shot? Does that mean, oh, you got no chance? Does it mean, oh, you're never going to make it happen? No. It's difficult because of just one's priorities. One's not willing to question their priorities. One's not willing to question what causes them the most pain because they hold on to that as a way of life. Yo, this is life. This gives me meaning. This is how I see things. These are my beliefs. This is my philosophy. This is my opinions. This is my fears. This is how I see it. I fear certain things. I'm unwilling to bet on myself, man. You see it all the time. We see it all the time. It's mind blowing how one is unwilling to bet on themselves. Man, it's just mind blowing. It's mind blowing, man. And I come on here just to provide that passion, that energy, that awareness. Like, yo, look, how can you see this within yourself when it's almost impossible, right? Because every moment there's massive distractions in one's life that they're unwilling to cut off. There's massive distractions that they're unwilling to put an end to, right? Because they created these distractions and they prioritize these distractions. And we're talking psychologically, right? We're not talking about physically, right? Yes, there's certain friends in your life that's a distraction, and then you people cut them off. But people think, okay, I'm gonna make changes. I'm gonna change my job. I'm gonna change my environment. I'm gonna change my friends. I'm gonna change my this. We're talking about psychologically going in here and changing this, which then changes everything else. Again, you can change outside of yourself. You can move to a different state. You can move to a different area. You can move by yourself, but you bring your problems with you everywhere you go. You could cut these friends off, and the people that you're gonna meet in the future is the same people that you just cut off because you're the same person. You're the person. In fact, you're either dying psychologically or you're growing. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get out of this and do this, but then I'm going to get out of that and do this. It's like, I'm going to leave this job to go this job. I'm going to go this and do that. Okay, cool. You're the same human. We got to dive into this because this then changes everything else. This is certain things that are creating those distractions. How do you dive into this? The world is in my head. The conversations with myself are not healthy. The conversations I'm having with myself is not healthy. So because of that, right? One says, it's not healthy. The conversation is not healthy. It's not healthy conversations. I see myself. I feel worthless. I feel this. I don't know. All the things I say about myself. Now what? How does that person destroy what they built up to this point? Are they aware? Can they see? Can you see as you're on this live right now? Can you see it within yourself? Fuck, I'm prioritizing the wrong things. Fuck, I have an opportunity to make a change. I have an opportunity to grow, and I'm unwilling to take that opportunity. Every single moment of my life. Oh man, it's tough to see people just. It's tough, man. It's tough to see people just lie to themselves and just not do what's best for themselves. It's tough. It's tough for me to see because I'm somebody who truly loves helping people. And more importantly than anything else, though, I'm somebody who knows what it's like to be in that position. I know what it's like to make so much mistakes or to be lost and confused and have all these conversations I have with myself, right? Where it's like, it's not healthy. It's not healthy conversations. And then let's not call it positive or negative. Oh, negativity, no, because it's not that. That's all labels. Healthy. Healthy shit. What am I focused on? Like, is this making my mind more like stimulate? Am I stimulating my mind if I'm getting closer to the truth? Or am I just getting further and further and further away from the facts? Am I getting more sluggish, more dull? Or am I getting clear and aware? And I'm seeing it. I see it. I see what I need to do because seeing is action. If you're not subscribed to my journal, fam, if you're not, those of you who are, I'm going to talk to those of you who are subscribed to my journal, right? Which is Daily Inspiration Daily. Go to the one I say seeing is action. Seeing is action. This is me putting down thoughts of the day, things that I'm thinking about in the beginning of the day, start early mornings, what I put on paper. You can go ahead and sign up for that $5 a month. I know there's a few of you on here who are subscribed to that. $5 a month. And go check it out. Go check out Seeing is Action. This is what I'm talking about. The Seeing is Action. And it's in-depth details on things that I don't share on social media. I don't share it on live. I don't share it on any platform besides that one because it's my journal. It's how I see things, and I'm not worrying about what people are gonna think, right? Which I don't worry about that anyway. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying things in a raw way, as raw as it possibly can, no filters. The link is in my bio for that one. But seeing is action. If I see it, if I can see it, there's no debate. There's no hesitation. It's only hesitation if I don't see it. If I don't have a close relationship with the truth. If I have a flimsy relationship with the truth, I don't see it. And most people have a flimsy relationship with the truth. Meaning what is the solution? What is the actual problem that's going on here? Do I see it? Because if I just want to believe it, if I want to think it, if I want to wish it, if I'm living in assumptions and conclusions, then I don't actually see it. Oh, I think it's this way. I think it's that way. I don't know because life is like this. It's like, do I see that I am the problem? I'm the solution to this problem. Do I see that I'm unwilling to bet on myself? Do I see that there's so much limitations and fears? And no matter what I say, no matter the words that come out my mouth, no matter what I say, when one is already solidified and already said, whatever, it's so strong that one would just ignore everything that's being said. That's for other people. That's for other people. That's not for me, Anthony. That's for other people. When this is towards you, it's crazy. It's insane, the conversations that people are having, right? You will see that every day it's filled with people who've, check this, every day as you walk today, just know it's filled with so many people that have accepted misery and filled with so many fake smiles. So much misery and fake smiles. That's all you see. So much misery and fake smiles. And that right there is just tough, man. It's tough. I see it. See it so clear. I'm like, man, doesn't have to be that way. Doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. Yet, how does one overcome their fears when they've already convinced themselves that there's no shot? And again, it takes the thing that most people are unwilling to do is break that position they're in, right? Put an end to what they've built up to this point psychologically and create something new in a real way. You guys see this? Give me some eyeballs. You guys see this? You guys see this? Do we see it? Or am I wilding? Tell me if I'm wilding. Because if I'm wilding out, let me know. Like if I'm, you wilding. Like, bro, you bugging out. Like, do we see it? Do we see it clearly? I keep putting my cup down, pick it up, because I've been wanting to drink for the last. Man, do we see this, fam? Do we see it? Do we see it? Whatever it is you're doing right now, just stop for 2 seconds and put the eyeballs. Do we see it, yo? Do we fucking see it? Cool. I be thinking sometimes, what do these people think? What do they think about this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they seeing it? Are they seeing it? I want you to see it, yo. Like, are you seeing this shit, bro? Like, fire. All right, family, I'll let you go with that. Listen, I'll post a replay up on my YouTube channel. You can watch the replay, the YouTube channel. Just go to my, you know what? I'll do it right here so you can see it. Hold on. Okay. See this right here, fam? On my Instagram. Go to my YouTube channel. Go to anthonymanaya.com to access my journal. Also, you can work with me one-to-one, book a phone call, right? Buy coffee, the liquid truth. So here, check out my podcast, but I will post a replay on my YouTube channel. So I'm just letting you guys know. Look at that guy. Who's that guy? Oh shit, who's that guy? Anyway, listen, fam, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Have a great day. Appreciate you for being on. I see you guys tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always. And you know what? Wait, tomorrow will I be able to go live? Yeah, I'll go live tomorrow. I'll make it happen. Listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day, all right, y'all? All love. Peace. You're welcome.